Yes. Oh, can you hear me? All right, we are back and we have more guests to come. So don't y'all go nowhere. Y'all stay on here with us. We have with us Brother Jesse Washington and Trina. Trina Barnes, Miss Trina Barnes. And so while we wait for them to come on, I hope you all
I
enjoy
am
um,
on.
the interview with Coco. And
Okay.
it sounds like we have Miss Trina on. Can we get her on the screen? Yes, all right, all right. Miss Trina is the author of Who is Mrs. B Traumatized? And I'm telling you, this is a power-packed book. I was looking through here and oh my goodness, such detail in what her life has entailed. Our topic today is what has God done? And so we're going to talk with Miss Trina Barnes and talk about what has God done in her life. Miss Trina was born in Michigan. She is a native Detroiter. However, she calls herself a Southern City girl because she has encountered uh, a great deal of interaction in the South because of her family. And so we're going to get a chance to find out who is Mrs. B. Who is Mrs. B traumatized? Um, all right. Hey, welcome, my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we have another guest that's coming on too, Elder Jesse Washington. So let me know when he's here. They know each other well. And so when he comes on, we'll just bring him on the screen. Okay, so talk to us, Miss Trina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Um, I was reading through the book and I had so many things to do that day, right? And I'm reading and I can't put it down. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get up from here. I got some stuff I got to do, but I could not put it down. Um, and so I want you to start by just kind of expounding on this. Page 17 says, one of the most important lessons that I have learned is to heal. Heal from what has hurt you in such a way that those around you don't have to heal from knowing you. We need to heal from such from such a way that those around us don't have to heal from us. A healing consists of two things: how you treat the wound and what you learn from it. Talk to us, Miss Trina. Welcome, Brother Jesse. We're going to have some conversation here this afternoon. So I'm glad you made it on. I think we have a little delay in our voices, so bear with us. Come on, Miss Trina B. Miss Trina Barnes, talk to
Hi,
us about that.
Trina Barnes, Mrs. And let me put the Mrs. on that. I want you to look at that cover, and you see the MRS on there, and you see the
Yes.
cracks. You see the cracks inside the MRS on there. This book was actually designed. I mean, this book from the cover to the cover. I was really adamant about how it was gonna look, what it was gonna be, and it had to be. It had to be how it had to be. The backpack had to have the drugs on the bottom in the backpack. Give the lady a little hips. And the little girl was the little girl, but it was so particular. With how I designed the cover and the words that I decided to place inside the book, were they were it was just, it just had to be what it had to be. I tried to not put traumatized on the cover, because when you are someone that suffered from trauma, and I'm gonna say from such a young age, and you still experience trauma over and over and over by just living life, you want to get away from that word. You don't want to, you don't want to see it, and you don't want to see it in written form. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to be around it. You don't want to experience it over and over. But like I said in the book, my therapist, with me breaking the journals down and getting healed and healing, and that push and that pressure to, you need to put these you need to put this out. It's so many people dealing with stuff. They think they by themselves,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And it's so
that is
important
what
to
impact.
address the trauma because if you can't get honest, you can't get free. you know and so absolutely, that word traumatized, I think, is a drawing to
Oh
find out,
yeah.
because if you wrote a book, you were healed enough to put something on paper. There's something in here that's going to help those that are experiencing trauma, and I'm telling you, it's power packed. But I
Woo!
tell you, what jumped out at me more than anything was when you said we need to heal from hurt in such a way that those around us don't have to heal from knowing us, because hurting people hurt people, and they hurt the people closest to them you know
Mm-hmm.
and so,
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I really want to give people an opportunity to just kind of just touch on the chapters. You've got 6 chapters, and the 6 chapters
Who
are
is
titled
Mrs.
after the
E.
title.
Trump? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yes, and so
Yes.
it's awesome.
I took the title of the book and broke the chapters down into the title of the book. Like I was like being I was being forced to deal. No matter how I tried to, get away from that, or to, I'm not gonna do it like that. It just came back at me. Like I hadn't dealt with that who. I hadn't dealt with that who yet. So I had to deal with the who. And then the is. The is
Yeah.
made me realize, woo, I'm messed up
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Right now
was
is right now being right now who you were in that moment, talking about
right.
that. In chapter 2, you say life was not always good for me. That much has been
Okay.
clear so far. It is not easy as it looks from the perspective of an outsider. And I think that is so important when we are dealing with people. Brother Jesse, you and I work in the same arena. But Trina, you work in a healthcare, from a healthcare perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We work from a recovery perspective, but nevertheless, we're looking at oftentimes people's situations from the outside. But even as we talked on the last segment with Coco, the need to get into the inner part of what's going on with people, being willing and not scared of getting in the midst of the trauma that they are experiencing. Because if I can't come in and get you and untie you, I can't bring you out. And that's how God uses us. He'll take us into the
It's
midst
only
of the
him.
trauma. And yes, what has God done? And so, as we look at chapter 2, the is, and then you go on to chapter 3, the Mrs., that was deep. The Mrs. was deep. I saw toxic relationships all the way through chapter 3. And I said, oh my goodness, this was something to behold. I don't want you to give away the whole book. I want them to get this book. But I want
Okay,
you to
yeah, yeah,
talk
yeah.
a little bit about how traumatizing, you start out talking about your little innocent self, that your little innocent self had. You thought your high school years were going to be wonderful. Who doesn't? Ooh, I'm in high school now. And then life starts happening, and then life starts happening. And so,
Yeah.
you talk to us just a little bit about chapter 3, Mrs.
Mrs. Okay, so chapter 3, Mrs. I started off with my first marriage that happened, a little after high school. This my high school sweetheart is what they had called it, but I didn't know what sweet or heart was, back back then.
Right,
And it was
right.
just it was a unknown experience. It was almost like an experiment, unknown. Like it was unknown. I had never really seen it before. I had never really experienced it before. I had never really even known what it even was really for real to have
Mhm.
a sexual encounter like that or nothing. You know,
Mhm.
I was expecting the first time off of a wait a minute, hold on, you know, don't wait a minute, wait, ouch, and you know, and next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? I was passing out. My
Right.
dad was taking me to the hospital, and you pregnant, and all of this was happening. And I mean, life has just been happening. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
there. I
Dominoes,
was there.
dominoes. Yeah.
I was there and stuff. I was there, but the experiences that was happening was happening. No guidance, no instruction, no teacher, no
Sure.
leader,
Yeah.
no just nobody holding your hand, nobody there. You know, no adult supervision, no just no nothing, no guidance.
So
Um.
let's talk about that because chapter 4 is
Mhm.
B. And
Okay.
who is Mrs. B? So chapter 4 is B, and you says every child's dream to always be blessed with their mother's shadow over their heads until the end of time. For every person, losing a parent is nothing less than a nightmare, and having them present in their lives is a dream come true. And then you say, not for me though. And so when you talk about not having this parental supervision, I can so
Mhm.
identify. My mother was 15 when I was born. And so, she was growing up with me. We was growing up together. And so, the parental supervision was not such as it needed to be because she, how can you give what you don't have? And so she was in her
Right.
process. So talk about actually having lost your parent and then moving forward, how you came to that next chapter. I am Mrs. B.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, Miss the B stemmed from at first. My maiden name is Blue, the color blue. B, that's that B, and it's always been. I've always been associated with B. You know, a bumblebee, a stinger. I've been stung before several times. Bees, and it's just been that thing. So Mrs. B, it's like the B is all of me. I'm gonna say
Let
that
me
the B
ask
is
you
all of
this
me.
about the bee. Let me ask you this
Okay.
about the bee. So did life, because you had some traumatizing life situations that hit you one right after another in your years growing up and in your adult life, in your young adult life.
Mm-hmm.
I often say, is it love or are you just thirsty? You can't find love if you don't know what it looked like. And so,
Mm-hmm.
just like you can't find an egg if you don't know what an egg looked like. You can go on the Easter egg hunt but not find an egg and it's staring you right in the face because you don't know what an egg look like. And so looking
Mm-hmm.
for love in all the wrong places. And that, all of this trauma, when we talk about Mrs. B, the world's word for B, we won't even say it on camera. But do you feel that there was a point in time that if God had not intervened, you would have become that quote unquote B that nobody wants to see coming?
Oh yeah, and you know, I did become that bee that nobody wants to see coming. You know, I did become that bee, and and in the healing process, you know, in the changing and duration of life, I've grown out of that bee. I used to be the butterfly bee. You know, it's been the butterfly, the bumblebee, the bee bee. All
The BB.
I've been
Yeah.
you know I've grown through that, and now back then when those terms would affect me in a way, they don't even that don't even sting. Those words don't sting. They don't even, the stinger is gone out of those words. And love was something that I didn't even look for. I didn't even know how to understand, how to recognize love. All I searched for in life growing up was security. I wanted to feel
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
That it was
Yeah.
just safe. Like, where is the safety at? So
And that was the driving factor. That was the driving factor. My driving factor was I wanted to belong. I just wanted somebody to say I was theirs. I wanted to belong,
Ooh.
and so that was the driving force. And I hear you saying the driving force for you was the security, feeling secure. And it's not unusual, because when we talk about psychology and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, in those 5 tiers, feeling secure is major, because we cannot reach self-actualization without the sense of security. Now,
You better
for
say
me,
it.
listen, I only found security in God. I looked, the song say, been around the world, and I can't find
I can't find my. I don't know.
right.
Yeah.
And God was that somebody. I looked high
Hmm.
and low, and God was that somebody. What has God done? We're going to end. I know you got to get out of here, and this has been awesome. Chapter 5 is enough. And you just reached a place where it was like time to be Mrs. B. And I appreciate.
I broke up out of there. Like I'm ooh, Mrs.
Yes.
B. Yes, yes.
I want you to look at the audience. I want you to look into the camera and talk to the audience and give them a word of encouragement. And people, get this book, Mrs. B. Who is Mrs. B Traumatized? And tell the listening audience where and how they can get your book.
Who is Mrs. B is found on Amazon right now. You can order it from Amazon. I'll be doing a book signing June 11th out at the Wayne County Outreach event that's going on. So get more information on that. Flyers are floating around on that. I also have copies that I sign. But who is Mrs. B? It's a story. And as I said before in interviews, I said that some may not understand, some may have some questions, and then some may, it affects people in different ways. Some has never even experienced an ounce of what I'm talking about and have no idea that this can actually happen to a human. But it happened, and it's out there, and it's not just me that it's happened to. It's happened to so many more. I'm getting calls and feedback from people that I've never even known to touch about how I've helped them, how I've encouraged them. They send me flowers. I'm getting people asking me my address. I didn't even used to like flowers, but now, I'm liking flowers and things like that. It's it's packed. It's packed. You're going to want to read it. And you're gonna want to read it.
Okay.
A year ago, you couldn't have told me that it was a good book. You couldn't have told me that it was good a year ago a year or so ago when I initially was writing it. You couldn't have told me that it was some good can come out of it. I was in a dark place, when I wrote it. So I didn't think that the good, but it's God. God did it. It was God.
Yes.
God did.
Look
God
at what
is
God has
manifesting
done.
it. He delivered it, through me. He put all this together. It's all orchestrated of him. And now I'm understanding through my healing that all of these experiences had to happen for this moment. Moment.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Trina Barnes. Thank you for giving us this time, for coming on. And so we're going to let you get on with your Saturday. Y'all say your hellos and goodbyes. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Pamela, I love you. I have your book. I have that copy. I'm promoting it. I put you out on my shows as well. We're going to support each other. I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Have a good one. All right. Love you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well.
All right, let's go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be talking with Jesse Washington. We're going over a little bit. We got started a little bit late, so we got a little time. Let's go to a commercial break.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
The Mac Alive organization is a nonprofit that has been serving the community for 3 decades, working with the likes of the Detroit Creative Quarter, the DC3, as well as the Detroit Design Festival. They have sponsored special neighborhood events like lots of art and community-focused workshops, as well as sponsored community gardens that provide benches for meditation, including beautiful art installations financed by Ally Financial and a furniture piece designed by Hamilton Anderson Associates. The Mac Alive nonprofit, under the leadership of Ms. Artina Tinsley, understands the importance of education and advancing and developing a healthy city, workforce, and economy. Mac Alive believes art can uplift the community, inspire, and cultivate a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Mac Alive provides access to free photocopying, faxing, internet access, and free notary services. Food distributions every 4th Saturday for the entire community and every 3rd Wednesday for our senior citizens. Anger management, domestic violence, and grief support through Steps to Life program. Mac Alive is a proud supporter of Apostle Pam and Key Insights LLC. For more information, visit our website